This year's Central States U.S. Coins Signature Auction by Heritage raised over $46 million. And let's kick things off with something you won't see every day, a complete U.S. Mint proof set from 1848. The 7-coin set is graded by PCGS all the way from proof genuine to proof 65. It even includes an era-authentic black leather presentation case with a purple satin-lined interior. The set includes a half-cent, large cent, half-dime, seated Liberty dime, quarter, $half, and the silver seated Liberty dollar coin, offered as a single lot, as well it should be. This set was sold for $105,000 at auction. Here is an interesting cap-bust $half pattern coin with a flying eagle reverse design. While the coin is dated as 1839, it is actually a restrike that was created, probably in the early 1870s, to be sold for profit. The obverse displays heavy polish lines and extreme signs of rust pitting, indicating the true age of the die that was used, while the reverse was characterized by severe die cracks all over. There are only 2 examples of this coin known to exist, of which this is the finer and the discovery piece as well. With a grade of PCGS Proof 66, it sold for $78,000 at auction. At first glance, at least on paper, there's really nothing overwhelmingly special about the 1860 seated Liberty dollar. It had a rather robust mintage of 217,600 coins, and an excessive proof mintage of nearly 1,330 pieces. Although, by the end of the year, only 527 of those had been distributed, and the rest were then melted down. But today, gem-level mint-state coins are very rare, and this conditional rarity literally shines in even the smallest amount of light. With a grade of MS66 Plus from PCGS, it fell under the auctioneer's gavel for $156,000. The Depression of 1920 and 1921 caused a marked decrease in the demand for circulating coins. The $half in particular went from a mintage of over 12.5 million in 1920 to less than a million coins in 1921, with San Francisco accounting for 548,000 of those coins. However, most of those were also heavily circulated and are today extremely scarce in mint-state gem-level grades. This coin is one of just 3 1921 S Walkers certified as MS66, including 2 at NGC and 1 at PCGS. At auction, this piece was able to sell for $168,000. The 1854 gold $3 coin is notable because it is actually the only coin of that denomination that was struck by the New Orleans Mint. Or, stated a little differently, it is the only year that the New Orleans Mint struck a $3 gold coin. Typical of so many mid-century branch mint coins, it is extremely challenging to locate an example of this coin in mint-state grades. This is perfectly illustrated by the fact that this coin is tied for finest known and is merely graded as MS63 by PCGS. At auction, it managed to achieve a price of $228,000. Despite there being no fewer than 10 recognized die varieties for the 1799 draped bust eagle, these can be broadly defined into 2 main camps: the large and small obverse stars types. As the mint started using the new, more substantial style star punch sometime during this year, we can only assume that the old punch either got worn down or, more probably, broke altogether. This BD7 Small Stars variety coin is graded as PCGS MS65 Plus and sold at auction for the sum of $240,000. Sometime after the admission of Tennessee to the Union in 1796, mint officials must have come to the conclusion that they can't simply keep adding stars to the obverse every time that this happens. So in 1798, the design was changed to simply 13 stars for the original 13 colonies, back from the 16 that it had added up to by this time. Also matching the number of stars that the design had on the new heraldic eagle reverse as well, with 2 varieties known, like this with the stars arranged in a 9x4 pattern and another in a 7x6 arrangement. Both are 1798 over 7 overdates, apparently using leftover dies from the 1797 run. This coin here was graded by PCGS as MS63, tying it for the finest known and ensuring a closing price at auction of $288,000. The 1832 capped head half eagle is known with 2 major varieties, those with 12 and 13 stars respectively on the obverse of the coin. The 12 stars coin is a significant rarity with only 5 to 6 examples of the coin known, though the 13 stars example, like the coin we see here, is hardly plentiful either, with estimates ranging between 30 to at most rather an optimistic 50 coins known to have survived to this day, with the population report only reflecting 25 known examples in total, including a singular mysterious proof example that was last sold publicly in 1995 for $143,000. This example is an MS65 coin from the Bass Core collection and at auction managed to raise $312,000. In 1915, San Francisco hosted the Panama-Pacific Convention, celebrating the completion of the Panama Canal and, in no small part, acting as a triumphant return to force for the city itself after being utterly devastated by the Great Earthquake of 1906. This $50 gold coin was a part of a special 5-coin set, minted specifically for this occasion. Graded as MS66, it sold at auction for $312,000. And just to demonstrate what a dramatic effect a few additional grade points can make, a complete 5-coin set of the Panama-Pacific coins, all graded by PCGS MS63 through to MS66 even, was also offered as a complete set at auction. It even includes the original packaging and literature for the half-dollar, gold dollar, quarter eagle, and both round and octagonal gold $50 coins. This complete original set was sold together for $252,000 at auction. Classic head half eagles are rare, regardless of the date, although the 1854 is, you could say, the most plentiful example on the market, with a total of 8 coins confirmed to exist. One of the biggest problems plaguing this issue is that in previous years at least, coins that were merely high grade or very attractive proof like business strike coins were mistakenly attributed or identified as proof, overpopulating historical literature and auction records with seemingly more proof examples than actually exist in reality, establishing why verifying correct provenances for these coins is so important in the modern market. There is no ambiguity, however, concerning this example. Graded by NGC as proof 63 Ultra Cameo, it closed at auction for $360,000. The 1925 Saint-Gaudens Double Eagle is an excellent example of why mintage figures can sometimes be misleading, as over 3.7 million coins were struck, but today fewer than 1,500 coins are estimated to have survived the Great Gold Recall of 1933. The 1925S is also the only branch mint double eagle from the 1920s that is easier to locate in circulating conditions than in mint state, making it a notable conditional rarity atop, as attested to when this MS-65 gem coin was sold at auction for $384,000, housed in a PCGS slab. The mintage figure for the 1876 proof double eagle is almost double that of the typical proof mintage for this era at 45 coins, with all of the coins struck from a single die marriage, with the reverse die having been used for all proof coins since 1867. 1876 would be the last year that this reverse die was used, with the Type 3 design being implemented from the following year onwards. It was also lapped in order to remove pitting and rust lumps, removing detail from the tail feathers and the middle arrow shaft entirely, a fact that can be used to distinguish between high-grade proof-like business strike examples and genuine proof coins quite easily. This example is tied for finest certified at NGC Proof 65 Cameo, and at auction it closed for $384,000. Production of half-dollar coins was once again resumed in 1801 at the US Mint, after a near 4-year hiatus, this time with the new heraldic eagle reverse towards the tune of 30,289 coins. 2 reverse dies were used to achieve this particular mintage, creating 2 die varieties for the advanced collector to seek out. This is an example of the Overton 102 variety, where the base of the second A is embedded behind the eagle's wing, amongst several other more minor changes. But moreover, this is the finest known 1801 half-dollar of either variety, graded as MS-64 by NGC to achieve a closing price at auction of $420,000. Subscribe to WNN and consider watching a video about the coins from the Harry Bass core collection next. For the World Numismatic News, I am Numisman saying thank you for watching, keep collecting, and have a fantastic day.